Then transferred over to GIS, and it just took forever and it was a pain. But now if you just point the device at where it is, it's just super simple and it's ready to go up to the GIS immediately.
That's a really great solution, actually. Considering how well-educated engineers tend to be, they shouldn't be doing stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, make their lives a little bit simpler, you know?
Yeah, we can just keep them on the hard problems.
Exactly. So how many did you guys have last time on here?
We had 18 people watching and 3 people pitching.
Nice. Okay. Good.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning, CJ.
Mike, after the 99 pitches, but 99 problems with a pitch ain't one today, if we can talk in private, I got some news to share with you.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm yelling at the cat, not you guys. All right, so far, well, I'm waiting for Claire. I think she's pitching. And someone just canceled on me because they had to run into work. And Claire's coming in. But so far, I've got Mike. Are anybody else pitching today? CJ or Lori?
Most likely next week, Jerry.
Okay. Hi, Lori.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Are you going to pitch something today or observe today?
I'm an observer.
Okay.
Hi, Lori. So great to see you.
Nice to see. Can you see me?
Hear you, but great to see you on the
Okay.
screen.
Okay, that's fine.
Are you going to pitch again, Claire?
Yep, I'm ready to pitch again.
Right. Would you go into the number 2 spot? Hey, Mark, you want to pitch anything on the Fledge coin? He might not actually be there. Okay, we're getting, trying to get everyone admitted. There's still a lot more people coming in. So we usually start the around 9:10 to give everybody time to kind of get in, get settled, and all of that. Are you okay with me putting you second on the list, Claire? Okay. And are you there yet, Mark?
Yeah, I'm here.
You want to pitch anything with the Fledge coin?
I think your audio is a little patchy.
Mine is?
Yeah, you're leaning back too far.
Oh, I got you. You want to pitch anything with Fledge coin, Mark?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Next time, maybe.
All right. Hey, Anam, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. Welcome.
Thank
I think
you. Excited to be here.
I've got 3 people who have never been on 9 a.m. meeting before. You, you, Joe Eastman, and Lori Childress. Am I saying your name right?
Yes,
I'm I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. The Joe, did you win the hatching before?
We did. Yeah, it's been over a year now.
So I wouldn't say that Joe started in a pitch competition, but his first pitch competition was the hatching, and he's gone from, kind of doing this as a side project when he was working to quitting his job, having a partner, getting some. I think you've got some investment, right?
We do. Yep. Yeah, we're raising our seed round right now, so we're in the middle of that. Mm-hmm.
How's that changed during all this?
Dramatically. Yeah, as everything kind of crashed, investors have kind of closed their wallets a little bit, but we've got webinars every week pitching this thing to a lot of people. So they're starting to loosen up a little bit. We've started to notice like this last week. So hopefully things start going up.
So you pitched at the hatching, let's say a year or year and a half ago, whatever it was, and now you just use the term pitching again. Is it a different type of pitch?
It definitely is. Yeah. I mean, we usually have a little bit more time at least, but it's still very similar. I mean, in its basic, form, talking about the problem, the solution, market, all those important details.
One of the things I really want to emphasize in this kind of get together is that there's all types of different kinds of pitching. Whether you're pitching for a competition or just an elevator pitch to kind of let somebody know what you do, or you're pitching for an investor, you're pitching for sales and trying to sell something. And the reason I'm kind of pushing Mark to pitch something is want him to pitch trading from Ethereum for Fledge Coin to Stellar Luma's Fledge Coin. So we're always pitching and trying to convince people of stuff. And there's formats to it and there's ways to do it. And Wes, did you win the hatching? I can't remember.
No, I never participated in the hatching before.
Okay. And Shayna's won some. Would you take?
Won the glory twice.
You won glory twice?
Yeah.
Everybody loves Shayna.
Nice.
And I don't want to brag, but 2014, I won the hatching too. For Gaia Solutions. Right enough.
Was that after, what was it, Jaden?
Yeah, Jadian. We sold that in 2014 and started Gaia like the next day.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, yeah, it sounded like the timeline was kind of around the same there. So
it might have been 2015 that we were actually in the hatching. No, I don't know. I'll have to look it up now.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. Yeah.
But when I had Jadian, I never really even heard of economic development before. I mean, I had, but I didn't know it existed. I didn't know there was something called a BAF. I didn't know any of these things.
Oh my gosh, I totally understand. Yeah. In fact, I didn't even know till not too long ago that you had a software company previously. So that was interesting to learn.
Yeah, I try not to tell anybody that. Those are my evil corporate days. Now I'm this hippie community center guy.
Well, it sounds like it worked out well, and it probably helped even get to this point, right?
Yeah, that company, that was, I'm sorry guys, I'm just kind of trying to waste a little time right now. I hope you don't mind. But that company was really, we were trying to automate some of the systems that we're trying to bring into the real world today with the Fledge. So it was really about complying because you didn't have another choice but to comply. So instead of using like a lot of inspections and punishments and things like that for people, it was make the easiest path forward to be the path that makes you in compliance with food safety or ISO 9000 or the coming standards that are going to be about how to open safely and all of that. So, the last person who just joined us is Kyla. Kyla, are you going to pitch today or watch us or watch how it goes?
No, not Georgie.
Okay, thank you. And so far I've only got Mike and Claire, and I think people are kind of trying to feel out how this works and how it's going to go. Is anybody else pitching besides Mike and Claire? No. Nothing for you, Erica? All right. Hello, Dimitri. Are you going to pitch anything today or going to check out how this goes? Or drop out? So I've got the waiting room, but I'm letting everybody in. So I don't know if Russian people will come in today or not. But if so, we'll kick them out quickly. All right, so what we do here, let me just give a...
One big dick and I suck when I say so. Two big tips and a big ass dildo. Three cum shots when you fuck on my asshole. Suck on his cock, now that's blueberry cake. One false move and he suck your whole dick. Two small bands, niggas doing some bondage. Three more bros, pull up, I'm sucking it. That's how it goes, got to come on my...
You know what I fucking hate?
You. All right. So now I got to have someone answer a question when they come in. All right. That person was suspect in the first place. Is everyone...
How many times has that happened?
It happened with 3 people last week. And that's before we had the waiting room. But the problem is we're inviting people we don't know.
Yeah.
They're kind of open. So when I let them in that chat, I don't know how to screen them.
Are these just normal people just being dicks or like?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's a bot and they're just scraping for meeting IDs or what exactly they're doing.
Oh, that's interesting.
But part of what I'm trying to work out today is I tried to go live on Facebook with this, but it had some trouble, thankfully. But part of it would be I would like to try to get the people who are pitching kind of registered and on the on this side of things, on the Zoom. And then the people that are watching would be on the Facebook side, and then they wouldn't be able to interject. But I can probably put some security in place that you can't unmute yourself and just have everybody come in muted. And then once we know who you are, then we'll pitch. So we're still trying to work it out. And Anum is really happy that I'm doing this before the hatching so that this doesn't happen with 150 people watching us. Right, Anum?
Oh, yes.
But it's going to happen. It's going to get weird. And we will, yeah, I got to figure out how to get that a little bit more secure so that people can't just, I guess it's now you should all be muted and only I can unmute you. So we will work that out. Mike, you are, oh, here comes Chaz. You're first up. We know Chaz. I don't think he's going to play any dirty rap songs. Is that true, Chaz?
That is true.
So Mike is ready to go. Is that right?
Sure.
So here's what we do. I'm going to put a timer up that's going to have 99 seconds on it. So you're going to be able to, you'll be able to see it better than this in a second, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got 99 seconds. When that is done, I will mute him. And then we will go into, where'd you go? Oh, there's Claire. We'll go into Claire's pitch and she'll have 99 seconds, the same exact thing. And then I will pull up a poll and you guys will vote. It's anonymous, I'm pretty sure. So you'll vote on which one wins, and then we will take the winner's idea and ask them what they want to try to raise money for. And then we'll put on the Fledge community the ability to, or put a fundraiser out there for the idea. And then with that, we'll also start, like we want to get Claire ready for 5x5. So she's in the top 5 as far as views right now. Hopefully we'll get there on the voting side. And Claire will be pitching for $5,000 in 11 days, something like that. So the idea is this is a stepping stone. It's a way for us to get talking about your idea, get you a little bit of money, but really start to prepare you for the hatching or the 5x5 or what have you. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment as, or after we kind of get going. And then I'll give you some time to talk about the hatching or one and all if you want as well. Okay. You ready, Mike?
Sure.
I'm going to start the timer when you start, so you're in control of the start button, basically.
All right, then. So go. So what I would like to do is take a service that Jerry has started to develop at the Fledge and use it to sort of develop solutions for local bars and businesses that require managing crowds in the post-shutdown period. What Jerry has developed at the Fledge is a system of controls and sort of risk management tools that allow him to sort of like monitor and sort of like control the flow of traffic in such a way that a business can have a degree of control and protection against spreading a disease in their business. Local businesses like The Avenue, the Green Door, Strange Matter, and like several other bars up the street are all going to have compliance issues in about 2 weeks, and they're going to be looking for and working towards trying to develop a way to continue their business as it was before. So Jerry's in a unique position to sort of help provide these solutions and help create the standards that are going to function within Lansing at the city level, because the city's going to be looking around for the best possible solutions. So right now is a great time to go into this area, establish yourself as sort of like the authority, and help address some of the issues happening at these local businesses like The Avenue, and help them reopen in this post-shutdown period. Thank you.
All right, 4 seconds left. We'll save everything until after Claire's done. So Claire is up next. You ready, Claire? I'll start it when you're ready.
Okay, all right. My name is Claire Powers, and I'm the founder of Heroic Mama, where my mission is to inspire every mama to actualize their unique destiny. I'm asking for nothing less than a revolution in how we as a society view motherhood. To be able to actualize our potential, we must first break free from the generational conditioning that tells us that a good mother is the one who puts everyone else's needs before her own, and instead choose to recognize the value and worth of the woman as an individual. In short, I want to inspire every mother to become the courageous hero of her own life. Heroic Mama strives to accomplish this mission with 3 main initiatives. The first is content created and shared on the Heroic Mama podcast, YouTube channel, and blog that builds awareness of another possibility for motherhood. The second initiative is the Heroic Mama Revolution, an online membership community platform that provides tools and resources for transformation through monthly masterclasses and group coach calling, as well as an exclusive community platform designed to support and encourage mothers on their journey. And the third initiative is mentorship and training programs for mamas who are ready to dive deep into becoming the hero of their own life. These initiatives are inspired by my own journey and utilizing my training as a certified life coach and as a holistic nutritionist. I stand here as proof that the transformation from suicidal to heroic is possible. My vision is for Heroic Mama to become the go-to resource for mamas ready to break free from the guilt, shame, anxiety, and overwhelm that plague mothers today, and instead be the creator of a life that honors their unique spirit, enlivens and fulfills their soul, and becomes a life that they fall in love with living. It is time for a revolution.
I don't know how you do that, man. You did that right at 99 seconds. Hey, Sharon, you going to pitch an idea?
Go ahead.
Oops. She thought I said Siri. Okay. We only have 2 pitches today. There is a poll I'm going to launch. Pitch 1 was Michael. Pitch 2 is, it doesn't let me edit this on the fly or else it's going to take a long time. So pitch 1 is Michael Penta, and pitch 2 is Claire Powers, though it lists 10 different pitchers. And then there are 3 other questions about one and all, the Fledge community, and the hatching. So I'm going to launch this poll right now. Please vote as you see fit. For pitch 1 or pitch 2, and then if you've got time, answer the other questions below real quick if you don't mind. Are you guys seeing the poll? Yes, you are.
When that poll popped up, I couldn't press the mic to say I saw it.
Oh, okay.
So
but after you did it?
Yeah, after I did it, we can talk now. So cool. It's done. Thank you.
Thank you. And then I don't know what you're going to do, Sharon, but flip a coin or something. I don't. Oh, she went out of video and audio. So there were 4 people here, and 13 have voted. I don't know if Sharon's comfortable voting because she came in right after. Yep. Okay. I got you. So 13 people voted, 10 people voted. Can you guys see the results? No. Okay. How do I share the results? Sorry, I don't know this. Anybody know how to share the results except for to talk about them?
Can you use the share content tab to do that?
Is that like the share screen? I'm going to get in some weird loop, but it was 10-3, Claire to Mike. So Claire got 10 votes. Mike got 3. One in all, 4 people have signed up. 9 of you haven't. So I'm going to be trying to push that a little bit. Members of the Fledge, almost everyone's a member of that Fledge community. And then most people know about the hatching, but we'll try to promote that a little bit more. So Claire, second time in a row that she has got the most votes. The idea is that you can do this every week if you want to, because we're practicing, right? And we're trying to see where this goes and where this takes us. So last week with Claire, we put on the Pledge community page a fundraiser to try to raise $150 to upgrade her audio equipment for her podcast. Is that right, Claire? And we'll probably just keep promoting that and keep pushing to get Claire into the 5x5. With Mike, I think that him and we've started talking about this days ago, maybe? You're muted, Mike. I
think
keep
it was 2
muted.
days ago. Okay, there.
What's that?
I don't remember what you said. I think we just started talking about it 2 days ago. So
Yeah, so we're going to probably refine this more and probably pitch it again. But we also, one thing I'm really happy about with Mike, and I don't think if he knows this yet, is that we've got Ellen Neighborhood Center and the Avenue are both interested in us coming through and seeing how we can help them. And then we're talking with Brendan Betts tomorrow about what his thoughts are there and what he sees, the government doing when it comes to reopening and all of that. So, and to be honest, Sharon, I do want to give some shout out to her, because I think that the faith community is doing a very good job of defining what opening looks like, what risk looks like, and what how they get their congregations back together. And I just like, I don't know, it feels like a less commercial endeavor and a more community everything endeavor. So it's not about me getting my golf, course back up and running. It's about getting the people I love back together and doing that in a safe way. So I like that it's refreshing, Sharon, to see the way the faith community is going about this. It's not a greedy capitalist thing.
Are we able to ask questions?
Yes, of course.
Oh, good. Mike, I was wondering with the product, is this a pre-screen product that's a technology-based pre-screen product that's trying to allow people in knowing absolute that they're not ill? Is that what you're saying?
no. So what it is, so when these places open, there's gonna be an acceptable level of risk that they're able to tolerate before they're gonna be like too risky and they're gonna have to be shut down. And so right now they're kind of broadly defining categories of places, like every bar is too risky, every restaurant is too risky, but every gas station is fine. And so what Jerry's system does is essentially allow you to sort of like qualify how conditions in which, like, how risky it is, like what is the air quality, what is the what is the temperature of the people coming in. So it just records information and allows you to sort of review it and get a sense of like the risk level in the area. So it's not designed for pre-screening yet, because it doesn't have like a memory. It just sort of records information and lets you respond to it, if that makes sense.
Thank you. I think what will help is having a some sort of model.
Yeah, I think so. Exactly. Thank you, CJ.
Would anybody else like to ask a question of Claire or Michael? Does anybody want to ask a question about pitching?
So I thought Claire's pitch was very clear, and I liked how structured it was, because it helped me sort of like follow her through the whole thing. I hadn't really like considered the structure of my pitch before I started talking. So I wanted to ask Claire exactly how she thought about how she structured her pitch.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Actually, my pitch last week was much more just my story. And one of the feedback I got last week was people wanting to know, like, okay, like you like roped me in, but what does that mean? Like, what are you offering? How do you accomplish that. And so this past week, I've really been thinking about how to get clear on that and just put, so I thought of, my clear mission statement, and then also what are the direct actions that I take on a daily, weekly basis that fulfill that mission. And that became my 3 initiatives. And that was how I built the structure and framework. So story, structure, story.
Gotcha. Thank you. That makes a lot of sense.
Interesting. This is what I'm fearing in the present moment. I know personally I've got a high quality product that can help the world. I just don't know how to pitch it. So that's what I'm fearing.
99 problems, but a pitch ain't one is the perfect place to start because there's not a lot on the line. You're amongst friends and you get out there and do it. So this isn't I think Claire has probably practiced this pitch 1,000 times. Cause I know that, the videos that she was making for, her YouTube channel or I don't know if it's a YouTube channel, but for your video blogs and all of that. Yeah, your YouTube channel. Took some practice. I know that I must have made Shayna tell me her mission statement 200 times when we were getting ready for the hatching before. So my point to you, CJ, is pitch. Mm-hmm. Just pitch. Get out there and pitch. And we'll help you. It'll get refined. Like Mike learned more today pitching than you did not pitching. Mm-hmm. If you get what I'm saying.
But I think one of the things that I think is really useful if you can't pitch to someone just yet is to keep writing down what you're thinking about until you can shorten it to as short as possible. Because essentially it's I feel for me it's not having I have all the thoughts in my head, but I don't have the conviction of the story that Claire does, so it doesn't come across as clear to anybody. So that just comes from reviewing my little narrative in my head. So I think you can do that by writing it down, and then then once you have that sort of in you, you can pitch and feel a little bit more confident. CJ.
Thanks.
And I would recommend, just like Mike said and Jerry said, of practice and I sit here at home with my timer. The reason I can finish right at 0 both weeks was because I literally sit here on my timer, because that way I know what 99 seconds feels like. It's not the first time I went to practice, I thought I had 3 minutes worth of stuff. I thought I had just a little bit, but it turned out to be really, really long. So it just, it just makes it really clear. And like Mike said, you put it to the clock and all of a sudden it's if you only have 99 seconds, what am I going to say? And that just really it helps you just chunk away all the stuff that's not as important. Because you go back through and you're oh, well, does that word really need to be in there? Can I use a shorter word? Or can I change the structure of that sentence a little bit? And just that practice and just being engaged in it connects you back to your purpose as well in both ways. So I hope we'll see you out here next week, CJ.
And can I tell people what you just told me, Shayna? Shayna promised to pitch next week too, so I'm real happy about that as well. So we got 2 signed up already, and I'll be hounding you, CJ and Shayna. Anybody in particular? Lori, you're new. I'm sorry to call you out. I hope that doesn't make you uncomfortable or anything like that. What did you think? Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to see what this was, what you guys were up to.
Is it weird? Is it what you expected?
No. Is it? No, not at all. It's great.
Glad we have you here. Thank you for coming. I am in the chat. I'm putting a flyer for the hatching up. I also put a link to purelansing.com/one-and-all, though it didn't come up as a link, that can give you guys more information about the One and All program. I also will put all of this stuff on the Fledge's Facebook. Leap has it on their Facebook. And it'll be on both of our websites, either thefledge.com or purelansing.com. Anum, would you like to say anything about the hatching or One and All?
Yeah, sure. This is Anam with Leap. So I do see a lot of familiar faces. A lot of you have either presented at the hatch or I've seen you at the hatching. So this year we're continuing with the hatching pitch competition, and with all our 5 events going virtual, with the theme of resilience, of course. We're going to be targeting all startups, new businesses that are working on a product or service with a local impact on physical, economic, and social challenges of the Lansing region. We will have 5 virtual events every second Thursday of every month from June through October. So usually we have 3 winning categories: your first prize winner, runner-up, and then Glory Award. However, seeing the current situation, we're just going to have 1 winner with a bigger prize money, which is going to be $2,000. Our first event is June 11th for City of Lansing entrepreneurs. And our application is actually open today. So if you're interested, if you have an idea, please submit your idea. We have also included, so we usually target Ingham, Eaton, Clinton counties, but this year we're also targeting Shiawassee County. So I'm sure you're familiar with the process. You submit your idea, and then after a week time, the idea that gets the most votes, they will come to the shortlisted list. Then 8 to 10 entrepreneurs will be selected to pitch at the June 11th event. So this year we have partnered with Jerry and the Fledge to actually facilitate the program. And we're pretty excited about it. And let me just touch on the judges. So this year, in fact, for the City of Lansing event, we're gonna have judges from MEDC, BWL, Salis Center, Gregory's, and City of Lansing. We're trying to get the mayor to be the judge. So let's see. Did I miss anything, Jerry?
No, well, there was just one of the dates. I saw that Victoria's flyer said September 1st instead of the second Thursday. I don't know if that was a typo.
Yeah, so that must be a typo because I think it's September 8th or 9th.
Okay. But no, I don't think that you missed anything. I think that, you know, like it's there's 3 of us on here that have pitched. I'm trying to think if Chaz had pitched before, but there's 3 of us.
Chaz everywhere, so you would never know.
I have been a judge several times.
Yeah.
So I think that I did well pitching at the hatching. I think that Joe's done well pitching at the hatching. I mean, he's talking about raising seed rounds. I think Shayna's done well pitching at the hatching. Getting your idea out there, talking about it, you know, having a dream and sitting in your bedroom trying to get it perfect and never talking to anybody about it is never going to make it happen. But having a dream and getting out there and taking some risk and telling people about it and getting feedback, you know, this is the starting point for us saying to Mike or us saying to Claire, yeah, we see your passion, we see, you know, your technology or whatever, but what problem are you solving? Why would I really buy this? You know, and really starting to challenge what your idea is and how you could take something that could be a passion of yours and turn it into a way to make a living at it. And that's the ultimate goal, is to create an opportunity to pursue happiness and do that through entrepreneurialism, innovation, and creativity. We don't want to be stuck in some job that we hate. We want to be building a future that we're having fun building, that we see how we're solving problems, and that has a true and meaningful impact. You know, when we're all 90 years old, we're going to look back at our lives and ask ourselves what we did. And if you didn't pitch, you might regret that. So there's my guilt trip to all of you.
Jerry, I'd like to pitch next week. I said it earlier, but I got the sense like maybe it didn't come through or you didn't hear it. But I would like to, and specifically because of Claire's inspiration, that like it will help me get ideas together. So I'm excited about that.
All right. So,
can you tell us a bit about the hatching pitch, like details, like length of time? Do you do a PowerPoint? Like, what happens?
Yes.
Yeah, so go on, Jerry.
Go ahead,
you go ahead.
Okay, I actually have a question real quick, because Claire formed an LLC, I think. Is that true, Claire? And you did that do you remember the date of that?
March 9th.
Of this year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you're still good.
Yeah.
Man, I was thinking that was years ago. It seemed like so long ago we were having those discussions. Okay. So I'll go real quick. And there is one thing, Anam. The flyer said 6 months for your LLC, but Tony said a year yesterday in the ring meeting.
Interesting.
I would like.
I think it should be 6 months, ideally. Yeah, but I mean, if there's an exception, we can definitely consider it.
Okay, all right. But anyways, Claire's okay to go, and we'll get that clarified. But it is it's 5 minutes, Claire. You do have a PowerPoint, and it will be very similar to this format. So the presenters and the judges will be on Zoom, and then the crowd will be coming at it live from Facebook and or YouTube or whatever. YouTube, right? Or both? No.
It's gonna be Facebook and YouTube. Yep.
So we'll broadcast it live, and you've got 5 minutes to pitch. It's a hard stop. There's no Q&A before and after, and then the judges go and basically they've got a rubric on how they grade you. They have a discussion, and then they pick the winner. Did that answer all your questions, Claire? Okay. All right. Anything I missed enough?
I think you did it all. Yep.
Okay. Did you have something, CJ?
Yeah, just something I want to add. The last 2 weeks, I've enjoyed being a spectator and observing, and I would probably recommend for newcomers to if they're not ready, to spectate 1 or 2 weeks, the same as I had before they pitch, so that they learn a little bit more, and it might be worthy of, if they're not completely ready of pitching, to do that. Just something, an observance.
These are the rational voices of the fledge, not me. That's like, fail forward fast, get in there, do it. It doesn't matter. But yeah, CJ and Mike are probably speaking a lot more wiser than I am. A lot more wise, whatever. So yeah, thanks for that, CJ. And anybody else want to chime in on anything? All right, I'm going to leave you with one thing. I just sent my first Fledge coin, and I sent it to CJ. He won't get it, but
is that a bait and trap kind of thing, Jay?
Yep.
All right.
But Fledge coin is getting integrated into the Fledge community. So Look for an announcement that we'll be talking about FledgeCoin and the Fledge community and how that affects what the Fledge is up to. Okay. So anyone else? Anything else?
I did have a question about the one for all, if you had a minute.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to talk about that. Are you okay to talk about that a little bit, Anum?
So let me just give you an overview. And it's one and all.
What did I say?
One for all.
I thought I said one and all.
Okay, I'm just going to give you an overview. We're still working on the programming and the timeline of this program. So stay tuned for that. However, last week we announced this new inclusive entrepreneurship program called One and All. It is funded by MEDC and Consumers Energy Foundation. So this program basically offers a combination of coaching, business training, access to an extended professional network, and seed investment to historically underrepresented population, including women and minorities who fall at or below the ALICE threshold. So let me, wait a second. Are you familiar with ALICE threshold?
Yeah, we've had a few overviews about it.
Perfect. Okay, so in order to be eligible to apply for this program, if you're a single adult, you should be making around $21,000 or less. If you are a household of 4 or more, you should be making around $61,000 or less annually. So the program applicants can either be in the idea stage of a business, or they're looking to pivot and grow their existing small business. So after the coaching and business training, the selected applicants will be receiving $2,500 grant amount, along with business and legal support. And our intent is to assist or support individuals who are non-English speakers or they're learning English as a second language. That's why we have partnered with Fledge and RDC and SBDC to tap that market. We're trying to support a total number of, or I should say a minimum of 120 startups through this program in the 2-year window. Along with that, we have also partnered with PECM, Beyond Our Barriers, Capital Area Michigan Works, Capital Area United Way, and MEDC to reach the potential applicants and actually deliver effective programming and support. So the applications are gonna start, I think they will be open mid-June. However, we will go a cohort way, and the cohort will start probably, I would say, August, September. However, we're still working on the timeline, and we will inform you of specific details very soon. Yep, I think I covered the basic overview. Do you want to add something, Jerry?
No, I think that's great. The overview, I think that's consistent with what it says on that website too. So I would just ask, did that give you enough of an overview, Claire, or does anybody have any more questions about that?
Yeah, it was helpful. And I was also wondering about, I know on the community page, you'd created a page for possible coaches for the One and All.
Yes.
And just the qualifications, Jerry added me, but I don't know if I feel super qualified. My second languages aren't that great, and I'm bringing business.
That's okay, because obviously not all of them will be, you know, non-English speaking individuals. So I mean, I do see that you're passionate about entrepreneurship and about your community, so I would actually encourage you to be a coach.
Coaching, all of us have an expertise in entrepreneurialism. We may or may not know that yet.
Yeah.
But we have something. And I think sometimes when people hear entrepreneur, they think small business. And when they think small business, they think, I'm sorry, but they think of all those guys that were at the Capitol last week or yesterday or whatever, and that are trying to get their reopening. And I don't know, you've got this capitalist view of what an entrepreneur might be. But if you look at the entrepreneurs in this room right now, there's people of color, there's people of all ages, there's male and there's female. And sometimes people don't think that way. They don't think that the kid 2 doors down is an entrepreneur. He might be doing something illegal, but it's entrepreneurial. And I think what you bring to the table, that passion, you bring to the table, that you're also getting to know this process a little bit. You bring to the table that you're a mother. You bring to the table that you're a strong female. All of these things that make you way more qualified to talk to Megan, for example, than I am, right? Even though I might have been doing this for 30 years. Nobody wants me to stand out on that porch and say, come to Jerry's white boy incubator. They want to see, how can I get involved? How is this opportunity real? How does entrepreneurialism really work for me and people who look like me? So I think you bring a lot to the table.
And I'm going to add that coaches are volunteers basically, and we're going to request these coaches to spend at least 1 to 2 hours every week with the cohort, or with 1 or 2 entrepreneurs that you're going to be matched with.
And if I haven't put you in that group, but don't take offense to it, I'm trying to figure out who's going to be like a coach, who's going to be in the program, stuff like that. We've got a lot to figure out there between LEAP and the MEDC and Consumers Energy on what the rules are going to be. But I see you being a potential coach there.
Yeah, Claire, as a great friend, I think that you got strong potential there too. You're really well spoken, and you're really good at listening to the one-on-one in a conversation too. You really got a skill for that, so I would advocate.
You were going to say something, Anum?
I was just saying that she could also be a great champion.
Yes, I know. All right. Anything else? Hey, Kitty. All right. Love y'all. I hope you have a great day. Talk to some of you tomorrow and get back here next week. Pitch your idea. It's a good idea. I promise you.
See you, Jerry.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Oh, you come.